acceleration. Impressive to do when you're already backpedaling.
They had spotted the ball at the 37. I'd said 39 earlier. Now on 2nd down and 10, another pass downfield. This time it's caught. Did he catch it on the fly or did he trap it? He trapped it, incomplete. It was a nice attempt. Does create a 3rd down and 10. Important play coming. Even though it's 4-down territory, one would think. Still a big play coming. McBride having a good night at quarterback. Next to him is Buckley, his running back. 3 receivers top of the screen. They'll throw a screen to Buckley. Buckley's got a little bit of yardage, fights through a defender. He's going to make a 1st down. What a good run by Buckley inside the 25 and out of bounds at the 22.
Well, Jeff, I mentioned it earlier on the broadcast. It wouldn't be a surprise to see Buckley on a wheel route. Well, there's the case right there. He runs to the outside, gets a nice pass, and runs around the defenders for a Welch Funeral Home 1st down.
Arkadelphia has been very good on 3rd and 4th down tonight. Badgers line up with a 1st down and 10 at the 22-yard line of Nashville now. Badgers leading 14-6 here late in the 1st quarter. Another pass into the flat, an open receiver, and here is Reed. He's going to pick up yardage to the 20. He only got 2 that time. Fine tackle on the far sideline.
Again, going to the running back on the outside. The Scrappers haven't closed in on that mismatch quite yet, and the Badgers have been able to capitalize on a few of those. We'll see if Nashville zones in on that and if the Badgers can find another man downfield.
Arkadelphia lines up for the play on 2nd down and 8 from the 20 of Nashville. McBride wants to throw it. Now he's going to run, and he will make a couple of yards. He's inside the 20, and he'll be tackled at the 18-yard line. Got something out of nothing, but it brings up 3rd down and 6. Arkadelphia lines up again. Time is running short in the 1st quarter. What an exciting quarter it has been. 1:15 left, clock running. Badgers right in front of our window, trying to put it in the end zone for a 3rd touchdown tonight. They have scored twice off of Nashville turnovers on short drives. This would be a fully offensive affair after a kick return. Here is a pass downfield to the end zone, a diving catch. He did not end up with the ball. I think the ground separated the ball from Bailey, who had to dive for it. Had it for a moment, I think, Chase, but couldn't hold on when he hit the ground. It's 4th down.
And although it didn't work out for the Badgers, I like the play call there. Evan Bailey cutting across the middle of the field. McBride makes a great read and throws the ball where only his guy can get it. Unfortunately, that time, ball disrupting it a little bit, and it pops free.
Checking in at receiver is Braden Wagner. He's played a key role this year, too. Rolling to his right, McBride. He'll throw it to the end zone, but it's going to be tipped and incomplete. Almost intercepted at the goal line, and then Bailey almost caught it on the ricochet. But Arkadelphia does turn it over on downs at the 18-yard line of Nashville. So the Scrappers get it back. And Chase, they have shown themselves capable from scoring from anywhere on the field as they got an 80-yard touchdown pass and then run after the catch for a touchdown on the last possession for the Scrappers.
Nashville has proven that they can get those big chunk plays both on the ground and through the air, notably that touchdown, Jeff. However, they've also committed 2 turnovers. So we'll see what we get here from the Scrappers. You know they're going to be wanting to capitalize on the minimum they have from that last score.
Carson Chambers, the quarterback, will hand it off. New running back in. He's got some yardage up the middle. Good blocking by the interior line, and he's able to run up near the 26. I think they'll mark it at the 26-yard line. On the carry was Tucker Dixon, the sophomore. He's a really fine young running back. They're going to hand off to him again. He's hitting the backfield this time. Well, 2nd and short has just become 3rd and a little bit longer as they're going to tackle him way back at the 23-yard line for a loss of 4.
Reese Campbell coming up with the stop for the Badgers, the tackle for loss.
3rd down. I'm going to say 6 yards to go. He really lost 3. Just a few seconds left in the quarter. I don't know if they're going to snap it or not. 2-1, and that is the end. Well, now they stop it. At the end of the 1st quarter, the score is Arkadelphia 14, Nashville 6. An exciting first quarter, 3 more exciting quarters to come. We'll bring you the second quarter when we come back. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
You belong at Patterson Federal Credit Union. No matter your financial needs, Patterson has products to help. We offer all types of accounts, savings, Christmas club, and a variety of checking accounts, including one specially tailored to teenagers. Certificates and IRAs are also available. If you're in need of a loan, we can help you with auto, recreation, personal, and home loans. Patterson Credit Union has several strategies to help build or repair credit, including our own credit card program, credit builder loans, and financial counseling. We're proud to have served Clark County for 65 years and look forward to many more years to come. Join us soon. You belong here.
Important third down play coming here for the first play of the second quarter. Now, just depending on where they spot the ball, let's see if it's really third down and 5. It looks more like 5 to me than 6, as they're going to spot it right at the 23-yard line. So they've gone from 2nd and 2 to third down and 5. And we'll see if the Arkadelphia defense is up to the challenge. Quarterback is Chambers. He's a sophomore. The running back next to him is a sophomore, Dixon. They're both tremendously talented young men. They're going to hand off, though, coming around the edge. There's a little bit of room on the far sideline. They will knock him out of bounds, though, before he can get a first down. Excellent defense. That was Conway with the run, but he didn't get much at all. They're going to mark him down at the 24-yard line. It's 4th down and 4. Nashville lines up to go for it. Let's see if they, in fact, will do so. The Scrappers at their own 24-yard line. If they go for this and don't make it, it's the equivalent of a turnover, I would say. 4th down, and now it looks like they're going to prefer to punt the ball. Arkadelphia is going to see a man go deep to return this kick. Here's the kick, and it will be allowed to bounce at the 40. It'll roll to the Arkadelphia 30-yard line, to the 29-yard line, and stop there. So a good kick, but Arkadelphia has pretty good field position, and more importantly, the Badgers have been able to stop that Nashville offense.
That's big to pick up a stop like that because, Jeff, although the turnovers have been great, we hadn't really gotten to see if the Badgers could force a 3-and-out as a result of those quick drives. A great opportunity there to see the defense step up and make some big plays. That also gave the offense a bit of time to rest and rejuvenate before another drive here going to have to go 71 yards for the score.
So they do spot the ball right at the 30-yard line. That's within a few inches of where it stopped rolling, so we'll say that's a good spot. Ball at the 30-yard line, 1st down and 10, Badgers. McBride at quarterback has had his best game of this young season. Here is a run by Purifoy, and he's got very little room. I think they're only going to give him a yard to the 31.
We're really seeing an increased confidence from this Badger squad. And, Jeff, I think that's the result of the tough non-conference schedule. Although lost some pretty tough battles there, that gives you the confidence to know we can stand toe-to-toe with some great teams. Great Nashville team in town tonight, and this Badger squad has not shied away from them one bit.
No running back in the backfield. They blitz. Arkadelphia throws to Williams, who will break a tackle and be stopped just short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd down and 1 coming. Well, they blitzed when they saw no running back in the backfield, but McBride did a good job of getting the ball away and a nice gain to the 39-yard line, pickup of 8 on the pass. 3rd down play. Arkadelphia at its own 39. Quarterback sneak, and McBride is going to make that first down and more.
McBride starting his career as a linebacker, not afraid to engage in some hard-nosed football, running right at the defense that time and initiating some contact. Got some great support from his young offensive line. And that's more than enough for a Welch Funeral Home first down. Excellent play.
Badgers line up. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Bailey is nearest to the sideline. Back to pass McBride. Again, nobody in the backfield. And this time they do get through to him. It was defended well enough by the defensive backs that he had to hesitate, and they brought the linebackers, and one of them got to him. McBride held on to the football, but a loss on the play back to the 35-yard line. So that gamble paid off for Nashville that time.
This is a talented defensive line, and we knew it was going to happen at times tonight where they just break through. They've got so much talent that you expect them to get there at some point. But this offensive line has been up to the task tonight for the Badgers. Now a chance to regroup.
Arkadelphia changes the formation. Blockers behind the right tackle. McBride rolls that way, wants to throw, and does, and the ball, is just batted away at the last moment. That looked like it was going to be a nice gain, but Joe Branch, the junior for Nashville, just got a hand on it and knocked it down.
We know how dangerous Evan Bailey can be when he gets in space, the intended receiver that time, but Branch doing a great job reading McBride step for step and then making a lunging effort to deflect the ball away, almost put himself in position for an interception. Great play there by the junior DB.
Badgers line up facing 3rd down and 19 at their own 35. Pressure on the quarterback. McBride throws to the sideline. There's a good catch, but going to a knee with the catch. Back to the original line of scrimmage is the receiver. I think that was Atkins out there. And they're going to spot the ball at the 45-yard line. That picked up 10, but it's still 4th down and 9. Arkadelphia 4th down and 9. I think will kick the ball. Ooh, the ball rolls to the punter McBride. He does get it away, and that's a beautiful kick. No one deep to return. It'll go inside the 10, inside the 5, and will roll dead at the 1-yard line. What a kick, and a good job of covering it by Arkadelphia. The ball's inside the 1.
Not bad for a quarterback there, Jeff. Cade McBride, it really has been his best game in just about every facet. Now translating over to the special teams. He was facing some intense pressure. It was a low snap, but he got it end over end. And a great job there by the kick coverage team, able to get to the ball right before it crosses the goal line. Excellent setup now for the Badgers defense as they have 99 yards of green grass behind them.
I mean, it's very near the goal line. Chambers lines up. They can't afford to lose anything at all on this play. Nashville looking to move the sticks. Oh, a hit in the backfield. I don't think he got there. That might be a safety. Waiting for the official to decide it. It is a safety, and Arkadelphia has taken 2 points. Big play by K.D. Young.
K.D. Young, he had the fumble recovery earlier in the game, now coming up with the safety. It all starts with a punt from Cade McBride, and the defense wastes no time turning it into points.
Well, we've seen a little bit of everything tonight, and we're just in the second quarter. Arkadelphia has just extended its lead to 16-6, and the Badgers are about to get the ball back. K.D. Young has made his presence felt tonight. He is a senior, and he's an outstanding defensive lineman for Arkadelphia. A little surprised it looked like they ran right at him, Chase. Not the thing to do in that situation.
No, he did a great job breaking through his blocks, and he was right there before the ball carrier could even think about getting back to the original line of scrimmage. Badgers defended it perfectly, and Young was in the right place to make the play.
Arkadelphia has a 10-point lead with the safety. Arkadelphia has made both of its extra points thanks to Molinari, and the extra point attempt by Nashville was no good. So it's a 10-point lead at 16-6. Arkadelphia is just about to get the ball back. Nashville will kick off from its own 20-yard line. Arkadelphia trying to get set up. They're not used to the opponent kicking from its own 20. They're going to tee it up, and here's the kick. It is a long and high kickoff, but certainly returnable from the 35-yard line. It's up to the 40-yard line. Oh, a big tackle, and the ball is loose, but Arkadelphia falls on it. Very alert play by Bailey at the 49-yard line. Violent tackle. The ball came loose, but Bailey saw it before the defenders did and got the recovery for Arkadelphia.
That was a great job there by Bailey. Returner took a nasty tackle that time. It was a clean tackle, but very close to being a horse collar as he was violently thrown to the ground. Ball pops free, but excellent job by the senior wide receiver following through and making sure the Badgers retain possession.
Nobody injured on the play, but boy, it looked like that could have been the result. That was some kind of hard tackle, but everybody's all right. Arkadelphia lines up after the recovery by Bailey. First down at its own 49-yard line, leading by 10 against Nashville. Here's a pitch and a short gain, a fight for yardage. Buckley, the veteran running back, got a couple.
Badgers using the run to the outside, still trying to establish that outside run game. They've gotten some good protection up the middle, but trying to make sure that they can hit their spots in every spot on the field.
Gain of 2, second down, 8 yards to go. Arkadelphia wants to throw to the flat. Bailey catches it. He'll break one tackle to the 45, runs over a defender and falls out of bounds, or at least runs out of bounds at the 41-yard line. That, folks, should be a first down. Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be very close, but I think he's going to have it. It is indeed a first down.
Another Welch Funeral Home first down. Evan Bailey, he's so good at that, getting into the flats and then making it a special play. He's got such excellent field vision and able to turn on a dime to really make some great plays.
Timeout has been called on the field. Timeout called by Nashville. They want to get their act together on defense as Arkadelphia already has a 10-point lead. 8 minutes, 13 seconds left, second quarter. Arkadelphia 16, Nashville 6. More action coming your way after this. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Whether you realize it or not, you see the work of bats and signs all around Arkadelphia. When you see the Badger equipment trailer on the way to a Badger game, Bats and Signs did that. When you're watching the Badgers, Tigers, or Reddies and see the signage that just really makes their facilities pop, Bats and Signs did that too. You see the signage in downtown Arkadelphia, on the campuses of Ouachita and Henderson, or the sign in your neighbor's yard supporting a candidate or their favorite Badger? Yep, Bats and Sign did that too. Longtime residents and supporters of all things Arkadelphia called Mark, Jared, Chris, or Ryan at Bats and Signs today to see what they can do for you.
George Merton's watching tonight. We want to say hello to George. He is a long-time Arkadelphia Badgers fan, and we are glad that you are tuned in. Arkadelphia looking good right now. Second quarter action, 8:13 left. Badgers 16, Nashville 6. Running play, this is McBride. He's got some room to the 35, to the 30. He'll make it to the 27, maybe the 28-yard line and out of bounds. Really doing a fine job of protecting the ball. That had been a problem early in the season with McBride. Not a problem so far tonight. Really a tight grip on the ball.
He'd been running loose with it to start out the season, but you're right, Jeff. This seems to be something that McBride has consciously worked on. I mentioned it earlier in the game, especially when he's running into traffic. He's making sure he's holding on to that football, but he's still getting the same good gains that he did before. That one good enough for another Welch Funeral Home first down.
A 13-yard run, first down, long pass, completion to the 3, to the 1. Is he going to get in? Yes, touchdown Arkadelphia. Oh my goodness, it was so close as they had a hold of him at the 1, but he just got the ball over the goal line. Touchdown Badgers. I tell you what, Chase, Arkadelphia continues to take advantage of opportunities. You get the safety. That's nice to have 2 points. You pick up another touchdown. You've just scored 9 if they make this extra point, as Molinari has been so good at doing. So let's see if he can add to it and make this a 23-6 score. And the fact, the kick is up, and the kick is right through the uprights. Arkadelphia 23, Nashville 6. 7:31 left in the second quarter. What a football game we have tonight. We'll be back with more after this. You're in tune to Arkadelphia Badgers football.
R&T Dixon's Exxon stores are proud to sponsor this Arkadelphia Badger broadcast. Locally owned and operated by Randy and Tanya Dixon, we welcome you to visit one of our Arkadelphia locations, located at each I-30 exit, or our new Tiger Mart store, located on 10th and Pine in Arkadelphia. R&T Dixon's Exxon stores say, Go Badgers!
28-yard touchdown pass. That came on first down and 10 after a good run by McBride, and then a beautiful pass to Purifoy, who made a valiant effort to make it to the end zone. Chase, he had to fight for that touchdown, and he got it.
He did, and he made a great step off to the side to be able to cut up field, and then using the strength to finish it off at the goal line. Excellent play for the Badgers. Caden McBride, what a night for him. 3 first-half touchdowns.
Price & Company kickoff. Going to be returnable from the 14-yard line. Looking for yardage up to the 25, to the 30. Good kick coverage against a really fine return man, but they're going to knock him down short of the 35. They're going to call that, I think, the 33-yard line, but let's see where they put it down. 34. They gave him the 34-yard line, first down and 10.
We'll see how the Badgers capitalize on the momentum of that safety on the last drive. Got some more spacing to work with.
Pass downfield, incomplete. He is known more as a runner so far in his young career, the sophomore quarterback Carson Chambers. Tried to get it downfield that time to Josh Walker, another sophomore. This is a good young team for Nashville at certain positions. They have some very fine seniors as well. But that was overthrown and incomplete. Second down and 10 yards to go, Nashville. Chambers will throw another deep pass, and this one is incomplete because it's well defended by Nick Williams. That was not a bad pass. That was just well defended.
Williams doing an excellent job there, stepping in at the last second, able to stay behind his receiver to make sure that if he did come down with the ball, he would be there to make the tackle. But he's able to sneak in there at the very last second, tip the ball away. Again, Williams has proven himself to be one of the best DBs that Arkadelphia has seen, and it's because of plays like that, always finding a way to make the stop.
Third pass in a row. This one is high, and it is also incomplete. A little too high. The receiver couldn't bring it down. It was going to be short of the first down anyway, but instead of 4th and about 1, it's going to be 4th and 10. 3 incompletions on successive plays, and it's 4th and 10 for the Scrappers.
Arkadelphia's secondary looked excellent on that series of downs, and looks like the Scrappers are going to punt the ball away as Jay Purifoy is back deep to return.
Conway is deep for the kick this time, and they will hit the punter. Did they hit the ball? I think maybe they did. I don't see a flag down, or do I? On the far side, I think I do. They did run into the kicker, but it was such a low kick, Chase, I wasn't sure if they got a hold of the ball as they were trying to block that. Let's see what the call is going to be. 4th down and 10. What will the call be? We don't have the call yet. They're going to wave it off. Yeah, they wave it off because I think they did get a piece of the football. That's why the kick was so low.
It was a bang-bang play. 2 Badgers were closing in. They weren't trying to injure the kicker there. They were just going after the ball and did get a piece of it. It was a double team, and looked like the punter's legs came out from under him. His 2 Badgers were closing in quickly.
Hey, we said hello to George Mertens a couple of minutes ago. We just got to say hello to Steve Patterson. We're accustomed to him being at every home football game. Not able to be there tonight. Had surgery earlier this week. We understand you're doing well, Steve. We're excited about that. We're glad that you are tuned in for the action tonight. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball at the 24-yard line. Arkadelphia with the possession. There's a running play for short yardage. We've seen some of this, some short gains against a good Nashville defense, but Arkadelphia has been able to make some 3rd downs tonight, even 4th downs tonight, to keep drives alive.
Badgers not afraid to establish their offense first, get some of those plays to get back in rhythm, and then that can catch the defense napping at times.
Uh-oh, that is a loose ball. Nashville picks it up. Are they going to call that a fumble? I think they might. That is. It's going to be Nashville football as McBride was hit as he was trying to pass. But it is a fumble. I think it's probably an accurate call back at the 17-yard line.
Zacchaeus Harris was on the edge rush that time. McBride never saw him coming, and it was just a clean strip from behind. Excellent defensive play for the Scrappers, and they're now set up in great field position inside the Badgers' red zone.
So, turnovers have helped Arkadelphia tonight. Now let's see if the defense can keep a turnover from hurting the Badgers, as Arkadelphia has just turned it over for the first time tonight. 2 early turnovers in the first quarter against Nashville turned into touchdowns. Back on the field is Chambers. The quarterback will keep it. He will not run for much, but he'll make it to the 15-yard line. Well defended. Pickup of only 2. Second down, 8 yards to go at the Badger 15-yard line. Once again, this is a talented young quarterback, but he is young, only a sophomore. He has 4 games behind him, and his 5th game is his biggest game yet, his first conference game, and it's against Arkadelphia. Struggled in the first quarter. We'll see if he puts it together here. Pass to the end zone, and it is incomplete. Well, that is extremely well defended by the Badgers.
Braden Wagner, the DB, in coverage that time, and he was matching the top wide receiver step for step, able to deflect the ball away and almost put himself in position for an interception.
I'm sure Chambers thought one-on-one out there with that receiver. He made a good pass. I'm sure he thought that was going to be a touchdown, but Wagner really came through for the Badgers and knocked it away at the last moment. 3rd down, 9 yards to go. between 8 and 9 yards to go for Nashville. They're going to set up a different formation this time, a tight formation. They're going to bring somebody, this is Trey Hopkins. Hopkins looks for room. He's got a little bit of room, but it's well defended again. He's such a talented running back, but didn't have a big hole to run through. They'll stop him at the 12-yard line for a gain of only 3. It's 4th down and 5.
They sent Morgan in motion that time, running to the left, trying to make it seem like they would maybe hand it off to him. Instead, they stick with the normal running back, but Arkadelphia was able to adjust very well on the fly, and with the Scrappers going for it, a big play coming up here for the Badger defense.
Ball at the 12. They got to make it to the 7. Man in motion. They want to pass. He'll throw, and he'll throw short and miss his target. They'll turn it over on downs. The Arkadelphia defense came through after the Arkadelphia turnover. What a job defensively by the Badgers.
And who else on the quarterback hurry but KD Young? It's been a great night for him tonight. His first game of the year. He's got a fumble recovery. He's got a safety. And now a big quarterback hurry to force an incompletion that leads to a turnover on downs.
He has made a difference tonight on defense. McBride has made a difference with his best game on offense so far, but he did fumble when he was hit from behind on the last possession. So we'll see if he'll bounce back here. First down, Arkadelphia with its worst field position. End around, looking for room is Purifoy. He's going to find a little bit. He'll hit a defender and fall forward. He might have made it to the 17. That's a nice gain on first down. They're going to spot the ball at the 18-yard line. That's a gain of 6. Second down, 4 yards to go. Nice gain on first down for Purifoy. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Bailey is closest to the sideline. Tall receiver who has played well again tonight. Pass to the flat. Caught to the 20-yard line. Nice cut. Good run after the catch to the 30, to the 35-yard line. Nick Williams with a big play offensively.
Williams with the Welch Funeral Home first down reception. A couple of great cuts out there in the flats to get around the DBs and get some extra yards to move the Badgers ever closer to midfield.
Very nice 19-yard gain from the 37-yard line. First down and 10. McBride wants to keep it running to his right. He's hit by 2 Scrappers. He's going to fall forward and pick up a couple of yards. He's near the 40-yard line. I think they'll spot it right on the 40. That's going to give him 3 on the carry. Now they're going to move it back to the 39. I spoke too soon. Second down, 8 yards to go. Buckley with the run up the middle. He'll make some yardage in traffic, and he'll fall forward near the 43-yard line for a pickup of 4. Third down and 4 coming.
Given how strong this defensive line is up front, it's going to be a battle tonight for the Arkadelphia offensive line, establishing the run game inside. That's why we've seen so many plays to the outside. But when they've gone up the middle, the Badgers have been able to get good yardage at times. Case in point right there.
Kyle Reed in at running back. Buckley has checked out. They alternate. Both very fine running backs. 2 receivers top of the screen, 2 to the bottom. McBride wants to pass under some pressure downfield. That's Bailey to the 30, to the 20. He's got speed. Touchdown, Arkadelphia. (29-6) with the extra point coming.
Evan Bailey that time running a cross route over the middle. McBride makes the right read, and Evan Bailey known for his long frame. Well, that helps him generate a lot of velocity in the open space. That time chugging his way all the way down into the end zone for another Farm Bureau touchdown.
57-yard touchdown pass. And the extra point is good for Molinari. It is Arkadelphia 30, Nashville 6, 2:58 left. We are in the second quarter of an amazing football game. We have seen mistakes by Nashville, a very good team. We've seen some explosiveness by Nashville, Chase, but we have seen so far an amazing game by Arkadelphia, a team that had gone 0-3 and had struggled. A week off, they regrouped, and you can tell they were ready to play tonight. They have eliminated mistakes. They've made big plays.
You know, we're entering conference play, Jeff, and in some ways this looks like a brand new Badger football team. That's what a bye week will do for you, though. You take that experience, you get a chance to mull on it there, get a chance for the body to recover after some tough battles against some of the best teams that the 5A classification has to offer. It's paid dividends so far for the Badgers here tonight. They have looked ready for this matchup, and the big thing has been when the opportunities have arisen for them to score points and to make those big plays, they have always been capitalizing on those opportunities. That's a big reason why you see that big advantage on the scoreboard for the Badgers.
McBride to Bailey for a 57-yard touchdown play. That was a 5-play, 88-yard drive. Here's the kick. Molinari sends it deep. Same return man. Conway gets up to the 20. He'll break a tackle, go to the 30, and at the sideline, they'll knock him out of bounds short of the 35-yard line. One of the Badgers a little slow in getting up, but he's going to run off the field and be okay. And they're going to send the defense onto the field. Defense has played so well tonight, giving up only one touchdown, and that was a heroic run after the catch on a bubble screen for Nashville. The running game, though, has been reasonably stagnant. They made a few first downs, but no other drives near the end zone. Not ventured into the red zone except on the touchdown play, of course. First down and 10, ball at the 35-yard line. Here's a running play. The young quarterback is going to make a yard and then be knocked down. Now, they're not playing a sophomore out of desperation. This guy's a good quarterback, but he has found the running and the passing difficult tonight.
And that time it was Reese Campbell stepping out of the linebacking core to make the play right at the line of scrimmage. Good read on the quarterback keeper.
Ball at the 36. It's 2nd and 8. They did spot the first down at the 34. Deep pass, almost caught, almost intercepted. Hopkins made a valiant effort to pull it in one-handed. If he hadn't gotten to the ball, that would have been intercepted. It was well covered. 3rd down.
Lamont Jones with the pass deflection there for the Badgers, and Jeff, it almost looked like he was the intended receiver on that one, the way he was playing to it, and the wide receiver is out there playing defense, able to bat the ball away. That was a smart play offensively.
Quite a few long passes lately here, but no success. Here is a pass downfield, well defended again and incomplete. They got there as soon as the ball got there, and they knocked it loose from the intended receiver, Kason Morgan. 4th down.
Wagner was the one who came up with the deflection at the end of the play. Not a surprise there to see the Scrappers go to Morgan. He's been their top target tonight, and he had that big play that led to the touchdown early in the contest. But a good job there from the Arkadelphia defense, not even letting him get started on a big play.
Arkadelphia lines up hoping to return a punt here, and it is going to be allowed to bounce, and it will take a short bounce. Arkadelphia will take the possession just on the other side of the 30-yard line. They'll mark it at the 31. First down and 10. Arkadelphia, 2:02 left before halftime, and the offense is back out onto the field. We'll keep it right here, Chase, as we talk about the fact that, well, do we dare say it out loud?
I think it's best to hold off on that for now.
Loud, can we? We're talking about a lead which is more than we ever imagined was a possibility. Now, we'll bring it up later if they get a little closer.
Jeff, I recall a game against Ashdown a couple years ago where it was 28-0 at one point, ended up being 33-28 the final score.
Yeah, it can get close with Nashville quickly. Arkadelphia will run on first down and pick up a yard, 2nd down and 9. At Nashville sideline, they know what the score is. They know how important this defensive work is right here for the Scrappers. Gain of a couple, 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 33. McBride will throw it to the flat. There's a completion. That's a gain, not a first down, but it is a gain on the catch for Arkadelphia. His first catch tonight for the Badgers is Noah Hurd. He made a nice play to the 38-yard line, and it's 3rd down and 3. Arkadelphia, very important 3rd down. They've made some 3rd downs, even 4th downs tonight. And McBride wants to run it. He's got some yardage, but he does not make the 41. He made the 40. It's 4th down and 1. Decision time for the Badgers. Thought he might be able to fall forward, but Nashville stopped him a yard short. 4th and 1 at the 40. Arkadelphia, of course, has the offense on the field. The quarterback will either run a play or back up and then punt the ball. A yard away. Clock continues to run. 39 seconds left in the second quarter. So whatever happens here, Nashville's offense wouldn't have much time. If they punt the ball, in other words, Nashville's got a lot of ground to cover in only a few seconds. Arkadelphia is willing to let a lot of clock run off. We're down to 5 seconds, 4 seconds on the play clock. They're going to call a timeout, I believe, just before a penalty is incurred. They're going to stop the clock at 20 seconds left, and it's 4th down. So Arkadelphia will talk about what they would like to do. 4th down and 1 at the Badger 40-yard line. And Chase will keep it right here. Arkadelphia with the ball, let the clock run down. At the very worst, the Badgers would like to go in with a 24-point lead here at halftime. 24-point lead at halftime. And the Badgers are talking about it, and it doesn't seem to me like they're talking about a punt, unless they're talking about some extra coverage as Nashville might come after it. I think they're talking about the possibility of just going for this on 4th down.
And I wouldn't be surprised either to see Arkadelphia at least start with a hard count, trying to get the defense to jump off sides. The thing is, McBride is already your punter, so you have the benefit of, a little bit of an element of surprise knowing that McBride can go both ways. You have to anticipate both. We'll see what the Badgers draw up here, if they try to go for the hard count or they go right at them.
And you got to figure that Nashville will go for 2 after kind of badly missing that extra point and then having a punt that was tipped. So they're 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions away. There's a blocked punt. It is going to be picked up in the air by McBride, and he's going to run. He's going to make a first down. He's to the 50, he's to the 45, to the 40. They blocked the punt. McBride caught the ball and ran for a first down and much more.
Jeff, that's a first for me. I don't think I've ever seen a block punt go for a first down like that before. That was more than enough for a Welch Funeral Home first down, and the Badgers still have a chance or two to take a shot at the end zone.
The punt was blocked. McBride, the punter and the quarterback, a good runner, caught it in midair and ran for a first down and more. First down at the 37-yard line of Nashville. Back to pass McBride under some pressure. They're going to sack him this time back at the 41-yard line. Only 4 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. I think we're going to go to halftime. Halftime has arrived, and Arkadelphia has a 30-6, 24-point lead here at halftime, and avoided giving up more points by catching a blocked punt and running for a first down moments ago. It has been a magical first half for Arkadelphia. Nashville will regroup and try to make a run at the Badgers when we come back with second half action. But before then, a great halftime show coming your way. We are so pleased to be able to bring that to you each week, and we're excited about bringing it to you here tonight. So stay tuned for the halftime show. This is Jeff Root along with me, Chase Hartzell. Chris Babb's going to join us during halftime also. The score once again at halftime, Arkadelphia 30 and Nashville 6. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands: Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
Ladies, your music is on. Ladies and gentlemen, your Arkadelphia High School Dazzler.
That was the Arkadelphia High School Dazzler dance team with their halftime routine. It is the Southern Bancorp halftime show. Chris Babb and Jim Rothwell here as we take a look at some of the action from the first half. The Nashville band will perform now, and then we'll bring you the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride marching band and their show. But Jim, let's take a look at some of those first half statistics. It was a first half that really looked good if you're wearing Badger blue.
It was, and the key was the Arkadelphia defense. Although the offense moved the ball well, a lot of it was created by turnovers by the defense. Great job stopping the Nashville running game. Nashville ran 9 times for 47 yards. Hopkins has just 36 yards on 3 carries. That's because the Arkadelphia offense has kept the ball. And with the turnovers, they didn't have many possessions there. If you hold this Nashville offense rushing to 47 yards and a half, you've done your job. Passing, one big pass play, but most of that was the receiver. Right. It was 1 reception for 80 yards. The quarterback, Chambers, is 1 out of 8. You're not going to do that, but be successful doing that, particularly when your running game isn't working.
You know, Chambers is a sophomore. Last year he was an all-conference pitcher as a freshman for the Nashville High School baseball team and that conference championship team. He is a great athlete, just has not been able to get in rhythm tonight to get Nashville's offense on track. And we talked before the game, that's what Arkadelphia needed to do, was to get on track. And that's just they've done fine with that, obviously with 30 points, but Nashville has just not been able to get on track.
Yeah. Overthrowing several receivers. Again, Arkadelphia defensive backs have played a great game, just being with the receiver, being there just to knock the ball loose if it was there, and the pressure by the front line, particularly K.D. Young. You can tell a difference with him back tonight, just the pressure that front line is getting on the quarterback and making Chambers to have to make decisions early or to rush his pass or whatever it might be.
Arkadelphia defense controlling the that side of the ball. Let's take a look at the other side of the ball. Jim, Arkadelphia's offense has really taken care of the ball. You had the one quarterback sack where McBride got hit from the blind side, and I think I heard you say it's not really his fault. I don't know what the routes that he was supposed to be looking, but anytime you get hit from the backside, you're not going to be able to sense that coming. Right. But one thing I mentioned to Jeff, and he mentioned it, when you see McBride in the open field, you hear the phrase 2 hands on contact. Even before contact, you see McBride running with that ball squeezed tightly with 2 hands like a fullback up the middle. And that to me, that's a sign of learning from the past.
Definitely. When he's got through the line of scrimmage, he's got some open field, he'll get what he can, and then as soon as he feels any type of pressure or someone coming, he's wrapping up that ball. He may not get that extra 5 or 10 yards, but he's got the first down, and Arkadelphia's keeping the ball.
Have you ever seen a play where a punter has the punt blocked, and this is where you benefit from a quarterback being the punter, a running quarterback being the punter, and catching the punt and then running for a first down. And Jim, he was 1 tackle away from breaking that for a touchdown. And then if that happens, if you're Nashville, you're just like, well, when things like that happen, it's just not our night.
That's true, and Arkadelphia is going to get the ball to start the second half. So
maybe. Well, we were talking about that.
Yeah.
And I think the whole first half, I think Arkadelphia did get the ball to start the first half, if I remember. So Nashville will get the ball to start, so the defense will have a chance to come out. But honestly, I'm kind of confused. I can't remember either because we had that.
We had changes. I don't know what was going on there.
Arkadelphia will be kicking to start the second half. But regardless, take a look at some of those offensive numbers for Arkadelphia.
McBride, 9 carries for 99 yards. And that's including the last one. Just a great job
Jim,
there.
I'm not a math major, but that sounds like it's about 11 yards a carry.
That is 11 yards a carry, and you'll take that every time.
Absolutely.
Reed has 4 carries for 14. Buckley has 3 carries for 16. So great job there from the running back. A little bit better in the running game, and McBride makes a difference. He creates that threat of running even when he drops back to pass that we didn't have in the last couple of games.
Offensive through the air, Arkadelphia has been productive as well.
Bailey, big catches, 3 for 80 yards and a TD, and he almost had a 4th one down there. I believe it was him that
it looked like it was a route coming across the middle, and it just looked like McBride was getting pressured a little bit, so he might have short-armed it just a little bit, and it threw it off.
Great job.
About the 6 inches that he needed, just about 6 more inches to be able to make that completed touchdown catch.
We've seen Atkins with 3 catches for 29 yards. We've seen Buckley 3 for 17. Williams 2 for 27, spreading the ball around, which is what Arkadelphia did last year, spreading that ball around to different receivers. It makes Nashville have to cover the whole field when you do that.
Arkadelphia ran one play. I think you pointed to this near side of the field where we are. Arkadelphia ran one play that we've not seen. It was a handoff, basically a fake counter handoff to the running back coming from the left across the formation to the right. And it was a reverse handoff to Jaquavis Purifoy. It gained about 7 or 8 yards.
Right.
I'll be interested to see if we see that formation and that play a little bit later, trying to draw that entire defense, because Nick Williams was completely alone
waving his
on
arm
the right side of that. So it'll be interesting. A lot of times you see coaches call plays thinking, let's run this to try to set up another play. A lot of times we'd see Arkadelphia in the past run a screen pass to a wide receiver a couple of times and then fake that one and pop one big over the middle.
That's right. It would not surprise me if they don't come back to that. I'm sure the coaches up here saw that because he was wide open from the very beginning. I mean, he was standing on about the 40, 45 over here. And
I think there was one defender, so McBride would have had the option. I can run this. If he bites, I can dump it over and have an easy 6. Now, obviously, defense has to play that play the exact same way the next time. But a lot of times you see plays and you wonder if they run something to set up something else. So we'll be interesting to see if Arkadelphia comes back to that, because it looks like, if I remember correctly, they had the running back coming from the left and McBride across. So there are actually 2 options there on the right side if McBride had kept that ball.
One big difference tonight, 1 penalty for 5 yards for Arkadelphia. That is big after the last few games.
It is. Arkadelphia has not helped itself the first 3 games in the penalty category. 1 penalty for 5 yards has got to make the coaches happy. 30-26, the Badger lead. The Nashville Scrapper Band has made its way off the field, and we'll be quiet here in a second so you can watch the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band take the field for the last 10.5 minutes of halftime. But, Jim, before we do turn it over to the band, your keys for the second half.
Arkadelphia defense, keep the pressure on, keep that running game shut down. Don't let Hopkins get loose for a big run. You can give him up 2 or 3 yards. With this kind of lead, you want them to use the clock, because Arkadelphia's offense can continue to move the ball, I believe. We haven't seen it really stopped other than themselves with the fumble. And so I think if they can continue to move the ball there, keep control of it, Nashville's going to have to go quick if they're going to score some points. Now, they can do that. They've got the people that –
That's
I
right.
mean, Hopkins can take one to the house, and we saw the receiver take one to the house just like that, and sheer ability.
Jim, we appreciate it. The Badger Pride Marching Band has taken the field, and we will turn halftime over to the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band. While the band continues to set up, we will mention our Southern Bancorp Student of the Week. Braden Wagner is selected by the Arkadelphia High School staff. Southern Bancorp recognizes a Student of the Week each week on every broadcast. Our first one was Emily Young, and you will see her standing right there on the 50-yard line as she in her cheerleading uniform as she begins this halftime show. Emily Young, Tristan Smith, Kate Turner, and Braden Wagner, a junior, member of the Arkadelphia football team, the student of the week. Now, the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Arkadelphia Badger Pride Marching Band. The high school band is under the direction of Brandon Hanlon, with assistants Ryan Wilkerson, Lori Hanlon, and Orion Sims. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for the Badger Pride Marching Band.
That was the Arkadelphia High School Badger Pride Marching Band. Their halftime show, continuing to add to their contest show, and they will continue to add to that before they begin their competition season in a couple of weeks in Memphis, and then all culminating with the ASBOA State Marching Championships. That'll wrap up the Southern Bancorp halftime show. At halftime, Arkadelphia 30, Nashville 6. We'll be back with the third quarter after this timeout. You're watching Arkadelphia Badger football on ArkadelphiaBadgerTV.com.
Contact Agent Jake Knight at Pennington Insurance on Pine Street in Arkadelphia to see how they can help you with your insurance needs. Pennington Insurance has been locally owned and operated in Arkadelphia for 85 years. Jake is a proud Badger alum playing football and baseball at Arkadelphia. Call us today at 870-246-3700 or come see us at 2401 Pine Street to talk about your insurance needs. That's Agent Jake Knight at Pennington Insurance.
Crylike Pro Elite Realty in Arkadelphia utilizes innovative marketing strategies to attract buyers and sellers. We have built a strong reputation based on integrity, professionalism, and client satisfaction. Schedule a free consultation with one of our experts to discuss your real estate goals and get personalized advice. Crylike Pro Elite Realty has exclusive listings at the highly anticipated new subdivision, Northridge Estates. Stop by our offices at 203 South 26th Street or call 870-293-1111 for all the latest details.
Make Print Mania in downtown Arkadelphia your place to get embroidery, screen printing, trophies, and more. Drop by their store on Main Street in downtown Arkadelphia or visit their website at printmaniatees.com to see how they can help your business or group. Need a shirt for an event? Let Print Mania take care of that. Need promotional materials for your business or organization? You can let Print Mania take care of that too. A family-run local business in Arkadelphia, Print Mania has been serving the public since 1992. Call Print Mania today, 870-246-3803.
Everyone's known for something. Ours is simple. At the Southwest Auto Collection and iDriveSWA.com, you get the absolute lowest price on America's best brands: Ford, Lincoln, Chevy, GMC, Buick, and Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram. The best selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. And we deliver anywhere in the state, plus tires for life. It really is that simple. Visit us today, the Southwest Auto Collection, I-30 exit 78 in Arkadelphia, or online at iDriveSWA.com.
Welcome back as we wrap up the Southern Bancorp halftime show and get ready for the second half of Badger football here on Arkadelphia Badger TV. A lot of things going right for Arkadelphia in that first half and looking to carry over that momentum into the second. This is Chase Hartzell, your color commentator, and joining us once again, Jeff Root on play-by-play.
Thank you so much. We've got a little bit of time before the second half starts, but I don't have to tell you two things, Chase. One is the Arkadelphia High School Marching Band is awesome.
Without a doubt.
Great performance they gave. They're on their way to another great year when the contest season arrives in full force. And the other thing that I know that you know is that this first possession of the third quarter for Nashville is incredibly important.
It is. This is where you establish the tone for the rest of the game for Nashville. They had some strokes of brilliance throughout that first half. It was just untimely plays such as turnovers, just mismatches in some cases, miscommunications. It just seemed like it never came together for Nashville, whereas the Badgers, every time an opportunity was presented in front of them, it seemed like they were capitalizing on it. That's been the key to success for them thus far.
We are moments away from the second half kickoff. Arkadelphia sets up, moving from our left to our right. What a half of play it was for Arkadelphia. It does seem like that week off to prepare for the conference season has made a difference, Chase. I know the coach has been working with the players throughout the season, but they definitely were able to refocus after that very difficult non-conference schedule resulted in an 0-3 record, and the team has been a different team tonight. So we'll see if they can keep it up for the second half against, again, a very dangerous Nashville team, a tremendous amount of speed with Nashville, and they have one touchdown as a result. But Arkadelphia has played a whale of a game so far, and they have a 24-point lead. Kickoff return to the 20-yard line. He'll try to turn the corner. A flag goes down. He's going to be tackled at the 31-yard line. Let's see what this flag might be on the very first play. The kickoff to begin the second half. A flag goes down a spot where it would probably be a blocking penalty, but let's see. It is going to be an illegal block that's going to go against Nashville, so that nice return is going to be backed up just a bit.
There was one player, especially maybe even two there for the Scrappers, who got a bit too much jersey on the return. Officials were right there to make the call, and that's going to back the Scrappers up a bit. They've got a lot of ground to cover in hopes of cutting into this Badger lead.
The penalty is a 10-yard mark off from the spot of the foul, which was on the 21. So they're going to mark it at the 11-yard line. Now they're going to pick it up and maybe put it down just inside the 11-yard line. We'll call it the 11, though. First down and 10 from its own 11 for Nashville. Very pleased to tell you that my granddaughter has joined us in the booth, and I would love to hand her the microphone, but I better not do it right now. There's a pass and a catch, about a 7-yard gain on first down. Nashville lines up, gain of between 5 and 6 yards on first down, and they want to run. Here's the quarterback keeping the ball, and again, not much room to run. He's a good runner, but he's had very little room to run against the Badgers so far tonight.
Badgers have done a great job of closing up the holes again. Case in point right there, defense able to shift to the left that time and wrap up the QB before he could really get any momentum going. They're officially going to say no gain on the play, maybe a gain of 1.
We're going to say about a half yard, so third down and between 4 and 5 yards to go. They'll come wide, looking for room for Trey Hopkins. He's got it. He'll break it to the 30. He might go. He's to the 40, but the Badgers will catch him and bring him down inside the 52. The Arkadelphia 40. Oh, wow, that's a generous spot to the 41-yard line, but an excellent run by Trey Hopkins, the All-State running back.
We know how how dangerous Hopkins can be when he gets into space. That time got some great blocks up front, and that allowed him to get a huge gain.
32-yard run on third down. Here is a pitch wide from the quarterback, and it will be a gain. They're going to go up to the Arkadelphia 34-yard line, and he'll be spotted down there. But a good gain on first down. That's a pickup of 6 yards. Second down, 4 yards to go. Two running backs in the formation this time. They're going to send Hopkins And now a pass to the flat, but diving to catch the ball and losing 1 yard is Morgan. He's a dangerous receiver, but not when he has to dive to make the catch behind the line of scrimmage. It's 3rd down and 5. Sent Hopkins in motion after that long run and threw to the other side, but the throw was a little short, and Morgan fell down as he caught it. From the 36 of Arkadelphia, it's 3rd down, 5 yards to go. Almost certainly 4-down territory for Nashville, trailing by 24. Arkadelphia 30, Nashville 6 so far. Running play, quarterback will keep it this time a little bit more room to run. 4th down is coming, but I think Chase it's going to be 4th and right out 1 yard.
So now it's going to come down to this play right here. Wouldn't be surprised to see a hard run up the middle from the Scrappers. That was a good fake that time up the middle by Chambers. A lot of Badgers looking to the outside run. But the quarterback takes himself for a solid gain, and 4th and very manageable for Nashville.
Hopkins is the running back. He blocks for his quarterback who will make a 1st down. In fact, he'll be able to make it across the 30 to the 28-yard line of Arkadelphia. This is a nice sustained drive so far for the Scrappers. 1st down, 10 yards to go at the Arkadelphia 28-yard line. This is the 8th play of the drive. This time Hopkins has nowhere to go. Really nice defensive work. Trey Hopkins, quite a running back, but he just couldn't find a hole that time. The Badgers brought him down with a loss of 1.
Seems like we've seen a lot of focus on containing the outside run from the Badgers. That time it was a perfect read as Hopkins was trying to find that space to the outside that he found earlier in the drive. No dice this time, though, as the Badgers close in quickly.
2nd and 11. Tight formation this time for Nashville. They'll bring a man in motion. They want to pass. They've got a man going deep. They're going to throw to him. That's Morgan, but that ball is intercepted by Wagner. He's going to return it to the 5, 10, 15, 20. Wagner to the 30, down the sideline in front of us across the 40 and out of bounds. Oh, and that might be a late hit. I don't know. I don't see a flag, but he was tackled out of bounds. Doesn't matter. What a great catch by Wagner on man-to-man coverage. And a return all the way to the Arkadelphia 45-yard line. Now they're going to mark it a little short of that. Let's see where they put the ball down. Looks like it's going to be the 42. From the 42, 1st down and 10, Arkadelphia. Another turnover against Nashville.
Nonetheless, a very impressive play by Wagner. He's been great in man-on-man coverage tonight against Morgan, the hot hand for Nashville. That time a 41-yard return on the INT.
1st down for Arkadelphia, running play. This is Buckley to the 45-50, hit at the 46 and knocked out of bounds, and that is enough for a 1st down.
D'Angelo Buckley getting some space to the outside. This is where the focus on the run game inside sets up those big plays to the outside. And Buckley has more than enough for a Welch Funeral Home 1st down.
From the 46 of Nashville, Arkadelphia on the move already. High snap, but they get the snap down. McBride wants to run. In traffic, he's got some yardage to the 41. They'll blow the whistle at that spot, but still that's a gain of 5. Good gain on 1st down.
And I think had they not blown the whistle, McBride would have just kept running there. Had 4 Scrappers around him, but he still had a head full of steam going. Very effective runner up the middle.
On 2nd down, Reed. Good run after contact inside the 25 to the 24 and another 1st down.
Badgers showing the versatility in their run game, switching out Buckley for Reed. And Reed with the fresh legs able to take it right up the gut for another Welch Funeral Home 1st down.
That was 7 yards and a 1st down. Thank you, Welch Funeral Home, for sponsoring our 1st downs. They're going to give it to Purifoy. He looks for a place to run. Not much of a hole that time. They'll drag him down maybe a yard. Let's see. The spot's going to be a yard gain at the 33. 2nd and 9. Arkadelphia lines up. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. The one closest to the... Well, now they're going to take him out. They're going to put Wagner in at receiver. Williams will come out for a break. They both play both ways on occasion, but not on every play. Bailey is the receiver nearest the sideline, bottom of your screen. Back to pass McBride. Under pressure, he'll throw it downfield, and he'll throw an incomplete pass. That time, I feel like he was getting rid of the ball, but he did it beautifully. He got it downfield, close enough to the receiver that it wouldn't be called. They really put the rush on that time, 3rd down and 9.
And you have to think that Adkins was coming back on the route that time as he started to cut forward. McBride was hit as he threw, and the ball just kind of flatlined there due to the contact.
3rd down and 9, running play. Running for yardage to the inside and across the 30, but not enough for the first down, is the ball carrier. That's Reed. A lot of emotional hitting going on down there, but all of it between the whistles. Apparently, they're going to mark it at the 29-yard line. So it is 4th down and 5. 4th and 5 from the 29-yard line of Nashville. Arkadelphia with the ball and a 24-point lead. They're going to go for it, of course, from the 29. Nashville looks like they want to send people after the quarterback. Arkadelphia changes the formation, perhaps to provide a little bit more blocking on the left side of the line of scrimmage, where they've tried to come after McBride on his blind side and caused one fumble earlier tonight. 4-3-2. Arkadelphia does get the snap away in time. McBride steps up. He throws. That ball's intercepted at the 19-yard line. Returned to the 32-yard line. Really fine defensive work, waiting in the formation and coming up with the interception for Nashville was Caleb Halter. He's one of their best defensive players, and he made a nice interception.
McBride looking for Bailey on the slant route again over the middle. He's hit him a few times down the middle for good gains earlier in this contest. That time I don't even think he saw Halter. Halter right there to make the play on a line drive throw. They got a decent return as well, getting the ball up near the 35.
He ran it back to the line of scrimmage, so an incompletion would have been the same field position. There is a run and a very short gain. I think they'll give him the 35 for a gain of 2, but Arkadelphia defends the run well on 1st down at 2nd and 8. You hate to see a turnover, but literally an incompletion would have put the ball at the same spot, the 33-yard line. So now 2nd down and 8 from the 35-yard line. Tucker Dixon checks out of the game, sophomore running back. He's a talented young man, but they've got Hopkins in. Pass play, though, just missed the receiver. Wide open on the play, but unable to get to the ball was Jacob Goss.
And maybe seeing some signs of frustration setting in for this offensive line as Jacob Goss didn't look too happy after that last play. It's been a frustrating night for the Scrappers. Quite a few miscommunications, but we'll see if they can bring it together here as the game progresses.
It's 3rd down and 8, running play. Coming wide, looking for room and not finding it. I think that's a loss on the play. Vantelberg is there. Katie Young is there. The Badgers gain tackle and stop the running play for a loss. It's 4th down, and let's see exactly where they spot the ball at the 32-yard line. It's 4th down and 11. This is not 4-down territory. They're going to punt the ball away.
Conway, the punter, and there's a flag down near the line of scrimmage. I think we might see a false start.
Oh, my. Arkadelphia looking to get some good field position here. Let's see. 4th and 16 from the 27. Nashville not off to a fast start after halftime, trailing still by 24, but by all means, stay tuned. That's an explosive team in the Scrappers, but Arkadelphia has handled this game extremely well so far. Conway with the punt. It's very high. Nice punt, fair catch called and made by Williams at the 40-yard line. So nice field position for Arkadelphia starting at its own 40-yard line. 3:45 left. We're in the 3rd quarter. It's Arkadelphia 30 and Nashville 6. So the Badgers, nice field position, Chase, as they get another drive started.
And it's been a game of field position so far here in the second half. The Badgers had some explosive plays in the first half. They put together a couple of good drives, just had them stalled out by some turnovers and some good stops by Nashville's defense. We'll see, though, if the Badgers can regroup now and take it all the way to the end zone. We've seen them capable of it. Caden McBride already with 4 touchdowns on the game, and I'm sure he'd love to add to that total before we bring this game to a close.
Each team has had a turnover here in the 3rd quarter, but neither team has scored, and now Arkadelphia has nice field position to start its 2nd possession of the second half, and a flag will go down just before the ball is snapped. Timeout has been called, not a penalty. I'm sorry, not a penalty. a timeout called by Arkadelphia, and so we'll take a break. Once again, 3:45 left, third quarter, Arkadelphia 30 and Nashville 6. We'll be back after this. You're in tune to Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Great coaches know that success on the field takes more than just athletic ability. It takes a winning strategy. And at Southern Bancorp, we believe the same applies to banking. Whether you need competitive rates on loans and accounts to keep you in the game, or financial tools like credit counseling and homebuyer education to move the ball down the field, we can help. Visit banksouthern.com today and let's build your winning strategy. Southern Bancorp, wealth builders for everyone. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back to the action. First down 10, Arkadelphia, 40-yard line on their own end of the field. Arkadelphia 30, Nashville 6, 3:45 left. We have played most of the third quarter. There's been no scoring in this quarter. But now Arkadelphia with good field position. One running back in the formation. In motion comes Purifoy, a very high snap. Breaking a tackle is McBride. He's trying to find his way back to the line of scrimmage, and he'll do more than that. Knocked out of bounds at the 45-yard line. My goodness, it looked like a 7 or 8 yard loss, Chase, and he turned it into a gain.
McBride has been excellent in making plays on the fly tonight, Jeff. I think back to that punt block that turned into a first down earlier in the contest. Similar situation here. Early miscommunication as the snap goes high, but he stays within himself. Makes a nice stiff arm here towards the line of scrimmage and takes it forward for about 6 yards.
Buckley is the running back. They're going to hand it to him right up the middle. He's got yardage to the 50, to the 45, to the 44, maybe the 43. What an interesting job by Arkadelphia after the timeout. They came right after the Scrappers up the middle and got good yardage. Defensive substitution after that play.
We've seen a couple of big holes up the middle. You have to wonder if this Arkadelphia offensive line is starting to wear down the defensive front of Nashville.
That's another Welch Funeral Home first down from the 44-yard line. A running play, and this time they'll hit him in the backfield, but yardage anyway. What a nice run by Buckley all the way up to the 36-yard line. It's second down and short.
Buckley starting to gain some momentum on those runs up the middle, getting some great protection from his offensive line, as I said a moment ago.
Marked him down a yard shorter than I had thought perhaps it might be, so it's a gain of 7 instead of 8. Second down and 3 for Arkadelphia. Badgers let the clock continue to run at 2:32. We're in the third quarter. Arkadelphia wants to run again with McBride. He's got some room to the 30-yard line, 25-yard line, breaks the tackle. He's to the 15, he's to the 10, he's inside the 10, first and goal, Arkadelphia.
Caden McBride so smooth with the option keeper, made the right read, able to focus the attention on D'Angelo Buckley, who had a couple of nice runs earlier on the drive. That time found himself in open space. Nice run after the read, more than enough for a Welch Funeral Home first down. First and goal, in fact, for the Badgers.
He went down at the 10-yard line, so they spot it at the 10, but it's first and goal from the 10. Badgers in formation, trying to extend this 24-point lead. Running play, this is Buckley. He'll break 2 tackles to the 5. Touchdown, Buckley. Touchdown, Arkadelphia. They extend the lead with 1:39 left in the third quarter.
D'Angelo Buckley, the senior, so explosive off of the handoff. We knew it was only a matter of time before he made a big play. Had a few good runs up the middle. That time able to dart right around the defenders thanks to some good blocking up front by the offensive line. And he's got his first Farm Bureau touchdown of the night.
Arkadelphia is sharp as attack. Kick is up, and the kick is good. Every extra point good tonight. And Arkadelphia stretched its lead to 37-6. 1:39 left here in the third quarter. What a performance by the Arkadelphia Badgers. We'll come back and we'll see the end of the third and then the fourth quarter after this. You're in tune to Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Hey, I didn't order any pizza.
Jake from State Farm. After you saved me so much dough on insurance with that Parker promo, I devised a promo for you.
Here's the deal, Parker. State Farm offers everyone surprisingly great rates.
Right. Pepperoni pockets. Cuckoo Crusties.
There's no promo. It's just great rates.
And a cider ranch.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Austin Wingfield in Arkadelphia today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
37 for the Arkadelphia Badgers, 6 for Nashville. I don't know that anybody expected this because Nashville is a good team. Arkadelphia is a good team, but Arkadelphia has dominated this game thus far. Now, Nashville, we have said it all night, they're extremely explosive. Their one touchdown drive was a long run after a catch, a 2-play drive, so this game is not over. Still more than a quarter left. Kick return from the 15. He's up to the 20-yard line, hit at the 30 and driven out of bounds. First down and 10 coming for Nashville. But right now, all the body language as well as the scoreboard seems to favor Arkadelphia.
Well, and one bright spot for Nashville right now, it looks like Conway is running just as hard in the third quarter as he did in the first. He's been one of their top playmakers tonight. A nice return there, but you can tell it from the body language, as you said, Jeff. This Badger team is looking confident at this point, and they have reason to be. They've played very well here tonight against a very talented Nashville squad.
Ball at the 32-yard line on first down, a running play. This will gain a little bit, but Arkadelphia will stop it quickly, and they'll blow the whistle with the ball somewhere right around the 32. About, I don't know, maybe 18 players involved in that scrum. They're going to spot the ball right at the 35, make it the 36 for a gain of 4. It's second down and 6. Nashville does like to run more than they like to throw, but they're down now, and they need some runs or passes. They need some big plays. So they give to Hopkins. He's a big play man. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to make it to the secondary, but Arkadelphia pursues well, and they'll drag him down. That's a big gain, but I thought for a moment he might break it. Arkadelphia pursued it well, stopped at the Arkadelphia 40-yard line. That's a gain of 24 yards on the carry by Hopkins. First down and 10 at the Arkadelphia 40. Still 45 seconds left in the third quarter. They want to throw to the flat this time. Hopkins makes the catch, and he's going to get positive yardage up to the 33-yard line. Well, this is not a surprise. Hopkins, and more Hopkins. He's an all-state back.
And he's given the Scrappers reason to keep going to him because every time he touches the ball, it seems like he's gaining 5, 6, sometimes even more into 10s and 20s of yards.
They're going to give him a break on this play, and the run comes from Tucker, the good sophomore, who's going to get yardage up near the 30-yard line. But Arkadelphia stops him before he can make a first down. Really good defensive work that time, led by Cade McLean. End of the quarter, folks. We're headed to the fourth quarter momentarily. Arkadelphia 37, Nashville 6. Fourth quarter action coming your way in just a moment. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
Under perfect conditions, your car traveling at 65 miles per hour can stop in about 300 feet. That's the length of a football field.
But a fully loaded tractor trailer, one that weighs 80,000 pounds, will take 2 football fields to stop. And that's if the driver is rested, paying attention, and the truck and load is properly maintained.
If you're in an accident with a big truck, call 1-800-CAR-WRECK.
Get the experienced team that's going to be on your side, by your side.
We were just speaking during the break, Chase and I, talking about just how hard the Badgers have played tonight. That's been such a key.
And the Badgers had been fighting throughout non-conference play, just found themselves in some tough battles. But after being battle-tested in non-conference play, this team got a chance to relax for a week to recuperate. But they were prepared for this Nashville matchup. As we've seen here, they've capitalized on every opportunity it seems to have come their way. And even though it hasn't been a perfect game, it's been a very well-played game by the Badgers.
Quarterback will run on 3rd and 1, and he's going to make a first down. He'll be tackled near the 25-yard line, but Nashville will keep this drive alive. First down and 10 for the Scrappers at the Arkadelphia 25-yard line. It is a first down from the 25. The Scrappers need a big fourth quarter because the Badgers are dominating right now at 37-6. Run by Hopkins, and he ran to the short side of the field and just had nowhere to go. No gain at all on first down.
That's a film we've seen a few times over the last few years, Jeff. This Arkadelphia defensive line swarming to the ball, a pack of Badgers on top of the ball carrier before he can even get the play going. As this team continues to grow in experience, they start to mirror more and more that image that we tend to see with that Arkadelphia defense.
2nd and 10. Hopkins in motion, but they go up the middle to Tucker. He'll bounce off one defender, but 3 more are there, and they'll bring him down with a short gain. 3rd down coming. On the tackle for Arkadelphia, he has had a busy night. That is Whit Alderson.
Whit Alderson, he had a fumble recovery earlier in the game. It seems like he's been flying to the ball at an alarming rate here tonight, making some big tackles for Arkadelphia. He and the defensive line, a big reason why the Scrappers, despite all the talent that they have, they've only put up 6 points up to this point.
3rd down, 9 yards to go. Scrappers obviously in 4-down territory, but they don't want a 4th and 9. Will they run it again, or will the sophomore Chambers put the ball in the air? Left-handed quarterback wants to throw. He'll look deep, middle of the field, and he throws an incomplete pass. Overthrown, but once again, man-to-man coverage covered up the receiver. These are fast receivers, but Arkadelphia is right there again defensively, and it's 4th and 9.
Trying to go back to Morgan that time. In one-on-one coverage, it was Braden Wagner. He's able to lock down the top target for the Scrappers here tonight. Yet again, he's been up to task on a tough assignment tonight. And once again, the Badgers putting the Scrappers in a very tough situation, facing a 4th and long.
Morgan is the dangerous receiver at the bottom of your screen, out by himself on the right side of the line of scrimmage. Back to pass. Chambers in trouble, will throw the ball, and it's intercepted. Arkadelphia on the return. He might go to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown, Arkadelphia on an interception return by Nick Williams.
Quarterback hit as he threw the ball, and Nick Williams right there to snatch it up, and he saw nothing but green grass ahead of him. Jeff, I thought we were going to get to see him turn it up a little bit in the special teams game, but I'm sure he's going to be fine with a long interception return for a touchdown, a Farm Bureau touchdown at that now puts the Badgers up by an incredible 37 points.
Keyed by an outstanding pass rush. The quarterback was shaken up a bit on the play, but he is up and walking off the field. He's okay, but he was hit hard as he threw the ball. It was overthrown. Williams caught it on the dead run on the sideline. Nobody got close to him. Extra point up and good again. Molinari perfect on the night. And Arkadelphia has stretched its lead to the good sportsmanship rule with 9:51 left in the 4th. It's Arkadelphia 44, Nashville 6. Well, I'm running out of superlatives here. This is just an amazing football game. Arkadelphia has not only come together, but they are looking like a team that can play against anybody in 4A, because Nashville's a good team, folks, but Arkadelphia's taking them apart tonight.
And it's been playmakers in every facet of the game. We've seen it on special teams. Molinari's perfect on his PATs in this one. He's now up to a perfect 6 for 6 on the night. You've also got to look at the defense. 4 turnovers forced. That last one, a pick 6 for Nick Williams.
And a safety.
And a safety, too. So seeing a lot of points created by this defense. This offense has been firing on all cylinders. Cade McBride finding 7 or 8 different Badgers tonight through the air and going for 4 touchdowns himself.
Nashville is a good team, folks. No joke about it. They're 3-1. They have played well this year, but Arkadelphia absolutely ready. That kickoff will roll all the way into the end zone. What a job by Molinari tonight. Perfect on the extra points. And that kickoff was allowed to bounce, and it rolled into the end zone. You can't return a kickoff out of the end zone in high school ball, so the clock just continues to run now. We're going to see that because we weren't going to say it out loud when the Badgers got in a position. It looked like Nashville might be on their way to scoring, but instead the interception return puts us in the good sportsmanship rule. Ball at the 20-yard line after the touchback. Nashville with the ball. Nashville, the offense has given up a touchdown on an interception return and a safety tonight. The defense alone has scored more points than Nashville's offense has tonight. First down from the 20, running play up the middle, and a short gain there for Hopkins. Short gain. They're going to put it down at the 23-yard line, a pickup of 3, 2nd and 7.
After taking a hit on that last drive that was on the pick six, Chambers walking a little bit slower around. Jeff, you mentioned it earlier in the broadcast. He's more of a run-first quarterback, so we'll see how that affects his style of play going forward.
2nd down and 7. He wants to pass. He'll throw to the flat. He will miss his intended receiver, who was open, but could not get to the ball. That is Tucker Dixon, the very fine running back who just lit up the 9th grade team last year. A good 10th grader. Looks like he is a future All-State player, but he couldn't reach the ball that time. It's 3rd down and 7. Chambers at quarterback will hand off. On 3rd down, they need 7. They're not going to get it. Tucker Dixon is hit by 1, 2, 3 Badgers and brought down. First hit came from Jones. 2 more Badgers there. Chris Babb joins us now as down to the field goes Chase.
I told him, I said, Chase, clock's not going to stop. We've only got 7 minutes left. You better head down there.
4th and 8, ball at the 22-yard line. They're going to punt the ball away on 4th down. The kick is away. No one deep to receive. It's going to be allowed to bounce across the 50 to the Arkadelphia 40. Inside the 40, it will keep rolling to the 37-yard line, and the Badger offense back on the field. Chris, what an amazing job by the offense, defense, and special teams for Arkadelphia tonight.
You know, Coach Shucker said at the they're in the pregame. Turn that down a little bit hot. Coach Shucker said in his coach's show, I said, "What's the mentality been for the team over the off week and going into today?" He said, "It's been really good. You know, you could be 0-3 and start, pointing fingers, but he said the mentality, the focus has been really good." And he said, if we take care of the ball, we could have a fun night. And Arkadelphia has taken care of the ball. You had the 1 turnover, but the defense, I believe, got a stop out of that. They did. They
sure
got a stop out of that.
They sure did, yeah.
And so they've really taken care of the ball tonight very well. And now you're able to bring the twos in. Maddox Finley in at quarterback for Arkadelphia.
Maddox Finley, he's seen some varsity action already, only a sophomore, and he will hand off. Here is a running play to the right side, and just fighting it back to the line of scrimmage is the running back.
Blake Moody getting the carry for Arkadelphia. We talked earlier, JV game Monday night, Arkadelphia defeated Little Rock Parkview. Maddox Finley was quarterback. Kalari McClinton, Blake Moody, and Malachi Hamilton all got turns at running back and did a really good job. It was good for those guys to have some really good snaps against quality competition. That Parkview JV team was huge. But now they're able to get some in a very good situation when you're up by 38 points.
Here is a running play, and the quarterback, Finley's got a nice run, and he will slide down after he gets very near a first down. Let's see where they spot this. It's going to be very close to a first down. That was 2nd down and 9. He got at least 8. Let's see where they spot it. Now they're going to say a first down. All right, spot at the 43-yard line for a gain of 10, 1st down and 10.
Baseball player, looks like he's slidden into second base before.
Running play, a little bit of room here. Nice hit by the defender. They'll knock him out of bounds, but a gain up to the 46-yard line. Pickup of 3 on the run.
Another good run for Moody. Jeff, we've talked a lot about this offensive line. It was a new offensive line. They did a really good job tonight. Of course, you have some new guys in there. Blakeney still at center. Fairchild still at left tackle. Isaiah Massey in there at left guard. But that offensive line, Carson Carrozza in on that first group, they've really did a good job tonight of making holes. We saw Buckley, and I think Chase mentioned, they just kind of wore down Nashville there in the 3rd and 4th quarter.
Arkadelphia ready for a 2nd down play. Going to be another run by the quarterback. He's got yardage again across the 50. They're going to knock him out of bounds at the 48-yard line of Nashville. Not a first down, but it's close.
Got a late flag. Arkadelphia's right side of the line did a nice job of pulling around. Had the misdirection from the running back, and Maddox Finley just had a nice job of being able to get around that left side. There's a big blocker on that left side from Jamarian Vaughn.
And let's see where they're going to put the line of scrimmage now. And the call is going to be holding against Arkadelphia, so they'll mark it off, and the Badgers will try again. The clock, by the way, does continue to run. We're in the good sportsmanship rule, 4:05 left in the game.
Malvern was off tonight, and so they'll start conference play next week. But this is just a tremendous start for the Badgers in 4A7 conference play.
Running play, and there is some yardage, a gain of a couple. It was 2nd and 11 after the mark-off, and he got a couple, so 3rd down coming. Arkadelphia lines up from its own 44-yard line on 3rd down and 9.
Tristan Smith looks like Noah Hurd, and can't tell the other receiver on the top of the screen.
Oh, that snap will get away. Finley will pick it up. He tries to throw it and will get it downfield, and I think he was able to avoid a grounding call. That was a nice job to
They're at least gonna
throw
talk
it out
about
near
it.
a receiver. He was backing up as he threw it and got as far downfield as he could. A little bit of discussion. It's going to be 4th down regardless. Arkadelphia, I think, will kick it away. And talk as long as you want to, officials, because the clock runs.
Yep. They are not going to – someone did drop the flag, I guess, because he just waved it off.
Yeah.
Regardless, it'll be 4th and 9.
Receiver was close enough, we'll put it that way. 4th down, Arkadelphia expected to punt, and Nashville will send a punt returner back. Finley, the quarterback, can punt the ball. We know that. 4th down and 9 for the Badgers. Arkadelphia would love a 1st down, of course, to try to run out the clock here, but they're going to run out quite a bit of it before they ever give it up. We still got 15 seconds on the play clock.
How about this window, Jeff? I don't know if people at home realize how excited Jeff was when he walks in the booth before the game. I said, Jeff, watch this, and just open the window. You know, the most excited he's been since Mary Kate was born, his granddaughter, who made an appearance in the booth tonight.
Sure did. Yeah, it's a banner night. The Badgers are doing great. Mary Kate came to the game, and
you got a window.
The window open. Band did a great job. It's a great night for Arkadelphia. 1:46 left. Clock continues to run. The punt rolled out of bounds at the 35-yard line of Nashville. Now, they've got a sophomore quarterback, so he's going to stay in the game.
Yeah, Chambers, I mentioned at halftime, Chambers was an all-conference pitcher. You know, he and Arkadelphia and Nashville had a really solid 1-0 baseball game at Nashville, and Chambers pitched that entire game. He's a very talented pitcher. He's a good quarterback, too. It's not been the best night for Nashville, obviously, offensively, but that's not an indication of Chambers.
Pickup of 3 yards on the play, 2nd down and 7 coming, and we're nearing the end of a huge victory for Arkadelphia. Just a huge victory for Arkadelphia, a team that started 0-3 against 3 very good teams, but at times just really struggled. And now, after a week off,
the band's
preparation,
getting some exercise, Jeff.
They have really put it together. Yeah, the band is
I think
as best they can. They're trying to make it around.
They went over to talk to the Nashville band, and the Arkadelphia band started the dirty tuba, and so they sprinted. That's a good 200-yard sprint.
Yeah, some of them didn't really sprint all the way. I don't think I would. Short gain, 3rd down, ball at the 42-yard line. 27 seconds left. What a game. Now, stay tuned for the postgame show. We're going to have an interview with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. We'll have offensive and defensive players of the game. Jim Rothwell will bring us a report with some great Badger stats.
They're not going to run another play.
That's it. Arkadelphia gets the victory, goes to 1-0 in conference play. 1-0 in conference play. Final score, Badgers 46, Nashville 6. I had dinner with John Shermer, who edits the paper in Nashville. We didn't know what this game would be, but I didn't think it would be this. What a game for Arkadelphia.
Yeah, and I had several people. One of the officials said, what's going to happen tonight? And I really think nobody really had a clue. I mean, nobody.
Right. Except maybe Coach Shucker and his team.
Right. Nobody really had a clue. You know, Coach Shucker did say, if we take care of the ball, it could be a fun night. And it was and they did, but I really don't think anybody knew what to expect tonight. You have an 0-3 team in Arkadelphia playing against a 3-1 team against the Nashville Scrappers. We talked for the last month about the non-conference schedule and how tough it was. But honestly, you knew it was a tough schedule, but you also knew Arkadelphia had some things it had to correct in order to make the conference part of the season better, because even against bad teams, some of those mistakes could hurt you. And so Arkadelphia corrected a lot of that. Jim and I talked at halftime about Cade McBride and the ball security when he's running the ball. Early in the season, he had a few fumbles. And tonight, when he would break into that second level of the defense, before he even had contact, 2 hands on contact, he was squeezing the sucker as tight as he could up against his belly with 2 hands. And then he was just ready to hit somebody. And so that, to me, was a sign of learning in only your 4th game as a starting quarterback.
Chris, Arkadelphia in the first quarter got 2 turnovers and turned them into 2 touchdowns. It's one thing to stop Nashville with a turnover, but when you turn that around and score points yourself, you're putting pressure on the Scrappers, and the Scrappers weren't able to respond to that. Arkadelphia just continued to play exciting defense, and the offense came through time after time and then held on and then stretched that lead in the 4th quarter.
It was a game that was really solid in all 3 phases. The special team, the offense obviously did what it needed to do. Defense put offense in good positions. Special teams did what it needed to do. You had a block punt. You have, the defensive safety. It was late and it didn't really matter, but the kick that went into the end zone for the touchback. But all 3 phases complemented each other and really helped each other to a sportsmanship win.
And we're talking about defending against Trey Hopkins, who ran for 1,300 yards last year, All-State as a junior. You're talking about a sophomore who had almost as many yards in the first 4 games as Hopkins did, and yet Arkadelphia's defense came through time and again. They came up with a safety, an interception return for a touchdown, 4 turnovers. The defense played a whale of a game, but the offense did too. As you said, every phase of the game favored Arkadelphia.
It did. Hopkins, and we'll steal a little bit of Jim's thunder, he had 13 carries for 127 yards, but the majority of those yards came on 2 or 3 big plays. And so for the most part, Arkadelphia was able to keep the talented Hopkins in check.
When he broke into the secondary and got some longer runs, they did not result in touchdowns. Arkadelphia was able to catch him, was able to get an angle on him and bring him down, and then on some of those possessions, they didn't get any points at all because the one touchdown they had was a 2-play drive and a beautiful run by Morgan after the catch for a touchdown. At that point, I kind of thought we were going to have a shootout, Chris, but the shootout never happened.
It didn't, and games have big moments. Arkadelphia gets out 14-0. How's Nashville going to respond? They respond with a big play. Now, are they going to continue to respond as Arkadelphia can get that momentum back quickly? And the Badgers did that. They got the momentum back really quickly. They didn't let that one play continue into a run. I think Arkadelphia did punt on the next drive, if I remember correctly, but ultimately they did not let that one play turn into more than just that, and they seized the momentum back.
Chris, I walked out during halftime to watch the band and to also hold my granddaughter while we were both watching the band. And by the way, she was clapping for the Arkadelphia High School band. I want everybody to realize that. But also, what I see when I look at the screen right now is a very happy field and sideline with a lot of parents and a lot of players and a lot of fans down there congratulating the team for doing so well. We've got a flag. Yep. This is Kyle Reed flying the Badger flag down here near midfield. It was such a nice night for Arkadelphia, but it was a large, large crowd. As I looked around, both sides to my left and to my right from the middle of the field, just about where we are, I saw a huge home crowd and a large crowd on the Nashville side also. So Arkadelphia, 0-3. Chris, they didn't give up on this team, and the team paid them back for that.
They did, and we've talked at this point after the last 3 games. Stay in there with the team, this, that, and the other, all the things you're supposed to say, and the crowd did. And the guys really responded well. And I'm just happy for them, because high school football is a big deal in a small community, and that even though it is high school football, that when you lose a game, you hear about it. And whether it's, at the Tiger Mart the next day or social media or wherever, unfortunately you hear it on social media for high school kids too. And these guys really stuck in there, played well. The coaching staff, the players, I go back to what Coach Shucker said about them keeping their head, keeping a good mentality, and preparing, and it paid off tonight.
Well, I know it sounds like we've already gone to the post-game show because we couldn't help but talk about this exciting victory for Arkadelphia, but the post-game show sponsored by Kerry Garnett, our buddy out in San Diego, and Blend Luxury Real Estate. That's coming up next. Again, an interview with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker, Jim Rothwell on statistics. We'll have an offensive and defensive player of the game. We'll talk more about this contest. We'll also have some scores from around the state. All that to come after this. Again, Arkadelphia 44, Nashville 6. We'll be back momentarily. This is Arkadelphia Badgers football.
At Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone CPA, we seek to provide accounting, tax, and financial planning services to individuals and small businesses with proficiency and integrity. Serving Arkadelphia since 1977, our staff looks forward to meeting your financial goals of today and also becoming your financial advocate for life. Visit us at 205 North 25th Street or call 246-8991 today. Eccles, Thompson, and Kneebone LTD says Go Badgers.
As a family-owned sporting goods supplier since 1950, Southwest Sporting Goods understands the value of customer service and is committed to providing the best quality customer service and merchandise available. Southwest Sporting Goods is located in Arkadelphia, but also has salesmen that cover the entire state of Arkansas to help ensure that their customers will receive the best customer service and pricing that can be found. Southwest Sporting Goods, located in downtown Arkadelphia, supporting the Badgers since 1950.
Go Badgers!
Post-game show, I should say. I almost said pre-game show. I'm so excited. I'm ready for the next game. Post-game show coming your way, sponsored by Blend Luxury Real Estate. Our buddy Kerry Garnett, who was a champion Badger quarterback back in 1979. And a follower of Arkadelphia football since almost that far back is Jim Rothwell. Jim's been with us for a long time on statistics. He's an accountant. What a pleasure it is to have an accountant as your statistician. Jim has a statistical report coming for us. And Jim, what I see are some Badgers that really performed well. The running game, the passing game, defense. It was a Badger night.
It really was. Let's talk about the offense. We saw Cade McBride go back to like he was in the first half against Fairview. He was 17 out of 24, 70%, almost 71% completion. A lot of short passes, but kept drives alive. He did throw the one interception, but he had 3 TDs, key first downs, and then he had 148 yards rushing on 12 carries and another rushing touchdown. This is what we saw in that first half against Fairview, and then the fumbles happened and the getting the unsportsmanlike stuff, and Arkadelphia missed that in the next 2 games. When he plays like this, Arkadelphia's offense can roll. I mean, the only time they stopped themselves was on the fumble and the interception, really. They may have punted. I don't know, but they punted but a couple of times, maybe till the end.
And we remember, of course, that Cade McBride was a linebacker the past couple of years, hadn't played quarterback in a game since junior high. So we're talking about a guy who's still young at the position, but so much progress now with the off week and the practice and so forth.
We saw
really
him make good decisions tonight. A couple times when he was pressured, he threw the ball away, which we didn't see last week. So we're seeing that progression in it, the mentality that he has in playing the position. Great job from him. And then a good solid running game from both Reed and Buckley. You put them together, that's 9 carries for 81 yards for Buckley. Reed had 6 carries for 27. So 15 carries between them for a little over 100 yards, averaging between them about 6-7 yards a carry. You'll take that from your running backs all night. A good mix between the running and passing. Had 25 passes, 37 rushes. We saw, again, Purefoy come into play, 5 carries for 15, 2 catches for 29 yards. Atkins had 3 for 29, and then Bailey had a big night, 3 catches for 80 yards and a TD. Reed had 3 for 17, again, spreading that ball around the receivers. So good balance from the Arkadelphia offense, 428 yards offensively tonight, and good use of keeping drives going. Limited penalties. I think they had 2 penalties tonight. If you remember last time against Arkansas High, penalties just to kill them. So they got that under control. I think we had 1 holding penalty and 1 false start tonight, and
much better on third down and fourth down, right? I mean, that second touchdown that Arkadelphia scored was a short drive of 40 yards, but they converted on both a third down and a fourth down on that drive to score. Arkadelphia converted on third downs on their next 2 possessions as well. So the Badgers really started well and then kept it going. You kind of waited for that counterpunch from Nashville.
Yeah.
Never really came.
That was the Arkadelphia defense doing what they did, limiting Nashville to – this is a team that likes to run. They had 168 yards tonight is all. I don't know what they're averaging per game, but I'm sure it's more than that. Did a good job on holding Hopkins, 13 carries for 127 yards. He had a few long runs, but even when he broke through, as y'all talked about earlier, the Arkadelphia secondary ran him down before he could score. And that made a difference because those could easily be a couple of touchdowns if he'd gotten all the way.
Let me give you some yards per carry for Nashville from the previous 4 games, and you tell us one more time how it looked tonight. We're talking about an all-state running back in Trey Hopkins averaging 5.6 yards per carry coming into this game, the quarterback averaging 5.9 yards per carry coming into this game, and the sophomore running back Tucker Dixon averaging 8.5 yards per carry coming into this game. None of them had that kind of night tonight.
Hopkins had a pretty good average, but it was limited carries, and he had a couple of long runs, but then the defense would step up and stop them.
Yeah, some of those carries came too late, right?
Yeah, they took Chambers out of the running game. He just didn't. He was not effective, and then he was only 4 of 14 for 92 yards.
Dominant defense. Offense without mistakes, with multiple ways of getting the ball down the field. As you said, multiple receivers having a good night tonight. You got 2 very fine running backs in Reed and Buckley, and the quarterback runs the ball well and passes the ball well. It results in a lopsided win for Arkadelphia because Arkadelphia created turnovers and avoided turnovers.
So big plays from the defense. Interception return for a touchdown, key stops and sacks, big plays by the defensive secondary, breaking up passes, good pressure on Chambers as a quarterback. It's nice to have K.D. Young back. He put some pressure on early, but I think just threw Chambers out of rhythm.
He's the reason they got a safety as well, right? And as you said, I'm glad you brought it up. Nashville tried a number of deep passes, but Arkadelphia covered those receivers beautifully, often man-to-man coverage.
Right. Wagner did a great job tonight on coverage, and others as well. And then Williams with the interception. Wagner had an interception. We had the safety. Defense was putting some points on the board and making big plays, and that helps your offense. It puts you in good field position a lot of times where you have a short field.
Okay, we're working on an interview down on the field with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. Jim, we got a couple of moments before we go to that as we're trying to set that up down the field right now. Obviously, a lot of people wanting to congratulate him right now. We'll have that momentarily. Wrap up what you've seen in tonight's Badgers in terms of improvement and what it might mean for the rest of the year as the team has really seemingly come together as a team and also performed at a very high level.
I saw them come together. Tonight we didn't see, like, when Nashville scored on the big play, the 80-yard pass, they didn't get down. I think that, as Chris said, they punted the next time, but they stayed in the game. And we saw every time Nashville tried to counterpunch and come back, Arkadelphia would make a play, either offensively or defensively. I go back to the first half against Fairview when we went in at halftime, I believe, leading. That's what we saw tonight, but it was against a Nashville team, and Nashville's a great team. They've got a great running back and a couple of sophomore quarterback and running back as well. So it was a good game. Not what we might have expected from this one.
Jim, thank you so much. Again, in just a few moments, we're going to go down to the field for an interview with Trey Shucker. Before that, let me tell you a little bit of a recap of the play-by-play of how things went. Arkadelphia did get the ball first, went to midfield, had to punt the ball away. Nashville, 2 plays and they turned it over. Arkadelphia then went on a 2-play 21-yard drive, McBride to Atkins for a touchdown, and Arkadelphia led it 7-0 after the extra point by Molinari. He made all of the extra point attempts tonight. 8:25 left in the opening quarter. Arkadelphia grabbed a 7-0 lead. Nashville then turned it over again. Arkadelphia McBride on a 13-yard touchdown run. 3:51 left in the first quarter. 14-0. That was a 9-play, 40-yard drive. And then the touchdown for Nashville. They got it back to 14-7 on an 80-yard touchdown return, which was a bubble screen. So most of it was the run after the catch. A wonderful run by Morgan. The touchdown, the extra point was missed, so it was 14-6. Arkadelphia bounced back and had a nice drive but could not score. Nashville had the opportunity then to try to tie the game on the next possession. 3 downs and a punt. The defense really came through. Arkadelphia moved the ball to midfield again. could not get the first down that they needed at midfield. Nashville took over after a punt to its own 1-yard line. Beautiful job to let it roll all the way to the 1. And then a safety on the first play from scrimmage from the 1-yard line. Katie Young making the tackle. 8:56 left. It was 16-6. Arkadelphia got the ball back after the safety and had a touchdown drive of 49 yards. McBride to Purifoy on a 28-yard pass play, and Arkadelphia had a 23-6 lead. Arkadelphia, it's next time they had the ball, they did fumble it away. But Nashville was unable to drive again. An opportunity for Nashville, Jim, but 3 plays and a punt. Arkadelphia took over after that. Another touchdown, 5 plays, 88 yards. McBride to Bailey on the touchdown of 57 yards. 2:58 left before halftime. It was 30-6, and that was the score at halftime. Nashville gets the ball first in the third quarter. They have quite an opportunity, but they throw an interception because Wagner was there at the goal line, intercepted the ball, ran it back 42 yards, and Arkadelphia had good field position before the Badgers threw an interception. Nashville another chance to get back in the game, 3 downs and a punt. Arkadelphia takes over. They score another touchdown. Buckley on a 10-yard run, 5-play, 60-yard drive, 1:39 left in the third quarter. It's 37-6 after the extra point. Nashville tries to pass, but the quarterback Chambers hit as he threw. Nick Williams intercepted it, ran it back for a touchdown, and suddenly it's 44-6, and we're into the good sportsmanship rule. Jim, thank you for joining us. Let's go down to the sideline now. This is Trey Shucker with our own Chase Hartzell.
This is Chase Hartzell standing by with Arkadelphia head coach Trey Shucker. Coach Shucker, in the non-conference play, faced some tough opponents, but how did that set up for this big win tonight?
Well, I'll just say this. It feels good to be back in conference play, and it's been a long time since we've felt this. It's been a long time since we've gotten a win, and so getting that first one was really hard to do this year, and we're just very thankful we got it. I'm very proud of our team, very proud of our defense for setting the tone. Defense created 5 turnovers, I think, today, and scored. Got a safety. I thought our defense played really, really well, put our offense in good field position to be able to score, and our offense went out and executed today. And very, very proud of our team for how they've responded to our non-conference performances. They didn't hang their head. They didn't get upset about it. Our pride was hurt, but they came to work. And you see what they can do. So very, very proud of them.
Coach, defense actually outscoring Nashville's entire offensive attack tonight, so a very impressive performance, not only on the defensive side of the ball, but the offensive side of the ball too. What do you hope the team takes away from this victory going into the rest of conference play?
It wasn't perfect. There's a lot of things that we've got to improve on and continue to fix, but it's a lot more fun to do it with a victory, and that's what we've not been able to do here this year yet. So we're excited about it. We're going to enjoy it. It feels good. It's our first one of the year, but there's a lot of things that we've got to correct and get better and improve on. But it's a lot easier to do that with a victory.
All right, thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Go Badgers.
Thank you, Coach Shucker, and thank you, Chase Hartzell. I know your name. You only worked with me for 4 years, Chase. Thank you so much for that report. This is Jeff Root. Along with me is Chris Babb. A little bit of relief from the coach and a lot of excitement around him. You could tell by the background noise. This is a big victory for Arkadelphia tonight. We've said that many times, but especially with the conference season that is ahead, Arkadelphia has a chance to really put itself in a good spot.
Corrections are so much more fun to make the week following a win like this.
There
He said it's not perfect. We still have things we can correct, but that coming in on Sunday afternoon watching film and is a lot more fun after a night like this than it was the first 3 weeks.
All right, offensive player of the game. Lots of choices here. A number of people played well, but who you choose as your one guy, or are you going to choose one, as the offensive player of the game?
Yeah, I just think you have to go tonight with Cade McBride. You had the turnover late that really didn't matter, but he responded nicely. The things that we saw, I talked about it twice, once at halftime and once with you, that he took care of the ball. He learned. To me, it's your fourth start at quarterback, and some of the things that had hurt you the first, you learn. And ran the ball really well. The awareness on the block punt to catch it and then get the first down, the strong running, the
two hands before contact, after you break into that second level of defense. Jim went over his numbers. Passing was good. He accounted for the multiple touchdowns. So I'll go Cade McBride.
I will agree with you wholeheartedly. He played with confidence, but he played smart. He played not only a running game that avoided fumbles and got yardage, but I like his field vision, Chris. He really sees the ball well, or sees the field well, and can avoid tacklers and then make yardage after contact.
And he did that often tonight.
He sure did. So our offensive player of the game is the quarterback, Cade McBride. Let's talk about a defensive player of the game. Several choices here also. You got Wagner breaking up passes, making an interception, a nice return. You got KD Young who created that safety and also made some key stops for Arkadelphia. You've got the linebackers that always play well. I will say that you can't make a bad choice because they all played well.
Right. You also mentioned Nick Williams on the pick six. Chase Vantelborg was the one who caused that interception. He came around from linebacker, came around that right side, just kind of snuck around the defensive end and lineman, and Chambers just didn't see him coming. And that's the hit that kept Chambers on the ground for a little bit. Man, you mentioned the interception. I think Wagner probably is what can maybe have changed a little bit of the game plan or took away an aspect of the game that Nashville probably thought they could take advantage of. Arkadelphia is without its two corners that started the season at corner. Kelburn Middleton out with an ACL injury, out the rest of the season. Michael Brownlee also not out tonight. Expect him to be back. Orion Roberts and Braden Wagner were the starting corners, and those were not the starting corners 4 weeks ago. But, man, KD there in that middle just makes a big difference. He had several tackles in the backfield. He had the safety when they tried the read option, and KD was just there to stop the run. I think Hopkins before he was able even to get close to the end zone. So I might have to just the impact he made go with KD.
I think that did make a huge difference. Not just that one play and the 2 points, but the fact that then they got the ball back and scored again. You're talking about a 9-point swing because of the safety and the offense playing well after the safety. That made a huge difference, and he played well for the entire game, obviously. Lifted the spirits a bit when you got that senior in there making a difference too. I think that helped the defense quite a lot. I'm so impressed with Wagner though, because we're talking about a guy who covered up an excellent receiver, and they tried to throw deep multiple times, but he was always in the right place, including the interception.
They tried to get, he had the interception the same place he had the first pass breakup. They tried to go deep on him. He got his head around, was able to almost intercepted that pass too. Wagner had some really good one-on-one man coverage, defensive plays and pass breakups.
So let's say co-defensive players of the game in Young and Wagner. Quite a ball game tonight. Chris, where does it lead this team? I know that we're going to have an opportunity to have conversations during the week, and we want you to pay attention to the coach's show in which he's going to be talking about this team, and a lot of interesting things to come for Arkadelphia. Obviously, the defending state champion is in the conference. That is miles away right now at the end of the season. You've got some other teams between now and then. You got some long road trips between now and then. It's going to be a fascinating season for Arkadelphia, and I think the team has recaptured the attention of the town to the point that they're going to travel anywhere to watch this team.
And I think that's the biggest thing. You're 1-0 now. The first three don't matter. We talked about that. You say that when you're 0-3 to make you feel better, to be honest. You say, hey, those don't matter. Well, they did matter because you lost them. It's like you're like, where do you go from here? And tonight they took a good first step. And so I think that puts them on the right trajectory to continue to improve as you go through the conference slate.
I tell you what, it's been a fun night. Kind of hate to go off the air, but we're going to do it. Let's say thank you to everybody involved. And I tell you what, Jim, it is such a pleasure to work with you. We've been doing it together for a long time. For Chase Hartsell, Chris Babb, this is Jeff Root. Hope you've enjoyed this postgame show brought to you by Blend Real Estate and Kerry Garnett, our buddy out in San Diego. Stay tuned. Keep with us the rest of the season. We're going to bring you some quality action. We're going to bring you the Arkadelphia Badgers. This is Jeff Root. Good night, everybody. And Abby, tell Mary Cat to stay up a little bit longer. I'm on my way home.